Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hello, Scribe.
Hello, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
Hello, Satsu.
And I am your Lord of Pain, and should I tell you that my name's the Ranting Monkey? No, I'll let you guys figure that out yourselves.
I don't know.
I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope everybody's had a great day. I hope your Saturday's been wonderful. Satsu, how's your Saturday been?
It's been good, but I am super sleepy, and I don't know
Why.
I have no idea. I'm just like really tired. I don't know if you caught it, Scribe, but I was in between this world and the next throughout the later half of that.
Yeah, well, you seemed a little detached. Yeah.
And it was crazy too because I was actually enjoying myself, but I was like nodding off a little bit because I'm so fucking tired, man.
You need to sleep more. Jesus.
I need to sleep, period. That'd be nice.
Scribbles, how you doing?
Well, in relative terms to you guys, I'm fine. I'm wide awake. And I watched a really shitty show on Netflix this afternoon. Do not watch The Investigator, a British crime story, or anything like that. It is absolute garbage waste of time. Absolutely garbage waste of time. You get this pompous former investigator guy saying, I'm going to look into this murder or this disappearance that happened 30 years ago. And then through 3 45-minute episodes, you watch this guy not find anything.
Nice.
He tells us about things that previous investigations from real police officers have uncovered, and he basically metaphorically stands in front of a corkboard with red string for about 3 hours, trying to tell us that he's come up with something new when he hasn't. And it's just like, why am I watching this? It became more entertaining to watch how badly he was doing than it was to watch him actually accomplish anything.
Nice. Is this like a true crime kind of thing?
Yeah, no, I mean, he goes over actual like cases or disappearances or known killers and tries to connect mysterious disappearances to the possibility that they are the victims of known serial killers and things like that. Except that it's all very tenuous and very sort of like talking to someone who saw something for 10 seconds 35 years ago and saying, is this the man you saw? I think so, yes. It's just like, oh, God.
Beautiful.
Yeah, anyway, so that was the excitement of my day until I played 76 with Satsu and we got to homemaking.
Yes, I built us a nice little house.
Little house on the prairie underneath a giant power tower. So we were already getting our headquarters set up, monkey, or at least the first version of it.
Nice. Yeah, I was in there. I saw the building part. That was interesting.
Yeah.
The power tower.
The Tower of Power.
My days mostly sucked, guys. I've been in a lot of pain. I ran out of medicine, and I ran out a few days ago. But I didn't want to bug Lady Monkey with it because we had the baby and everything. And it's the same one that I ran out of before. And you think I'd learn my lesson, but I can feel all the bones in my body. And here's something I realized as I realized that I could feel all my bones is that nobody's ever said, I can feel my bones, and it's been a positive thing.
Maybe someone born without bones and then they have implants?
Maybe. Okay.
I don't know.
But Lady Monkey was nice. She ran out, got my medicine, came home, and I'd been asleep for about 3 hours by the time she got home. She actually woke me up to make sure I took it. So it's getting better, but holy fuck, I hurt. But other than that, it's been a okay day. I got to hold the baby. She slept on my lap for about half an hour before dinner tonight. It was so sweet. And then she woke up because she was hungry, and her parents gave her a bath and really pissed her off. She does not like baths, y'all.
Oh.
Nah, she likes to sleep. She likes to poop. She likes to eat. She's a typical baby.
I do too. Oh, wait.
Anything going on in the world before we get into news or we get into the opening tag?
Well, we have a birthday. Do you want to do that before or after the opening tag?
Let's do the tag first. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, guys. Smash that like button. Hit it like I would bang a midget on a meth run.
Whoa!
And share our stuff, guys, far and wide with everybody you know, everybody you've ever heard of. Support your favorite creators because oftentimes, the people who should be helping to push our stuff because it would help them as well, they don't. YouTube, go fuck yourself sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. But if you guys would share the links to your favorite creators, the videos that they put up, and maybe if you so inclined, the live streams they do. So Scribbles, you said we have a birthday song.
Yes, so I have a special request from regular chat denizen Jenna P. Her sister Erica's birthday was yesterday. Erica is the mother of her nieces, who she's mentioned quite often. And Jenna also wanted it to be known officially, it would by royal lordish decree, that Jenna appreciates Erica, loves her unconditionally, and couldn't ask for a better sister.
Aw.
So there's that. And so, Monkey, if you would.
I'm sorry, what was the name again?
Erica.
Erica, are you out there? Are you listening? If not, Jenna, play this for her so she can hear it. Erica, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
So sleepy.
Happy birthday to you.
Jenna, you're awesome too, by the way.
Happy birthday, dear Erica.
Oh God, I'm about to pass out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you had a good one. I really do. Satsu, are you going to be awake for tonight's game stream? Or should we call that off?
You know what? I'm going to let you know.
All right. So with that, Scribbles, did we have news today?
Well, the news is there's a Scotsman in our stream. Fucking me.
Fucking me.
Also, an opinionated Scotsman. Apparently, there's more. We have more than one Scotsman.
We do. We're collecting them now. We got to get the whole set.
Oh boy, got to catch them all. I choose you, tailed feature. I wonder what tailed feature's special move is.
Bagpipes.
Nah, it's got to be. Chat, come up with a special feature for our friend tailed feature.
The goat throttle, of course.
The goat throttle. The goat throttle. The goat throttle. It's super effective. Okay. Anyway, moving on to less fun things because, it's the news. 2 victims and gunmen identified in Tallahassee yoga studio shooting. A man opened fire Friday evening at a yoga studio in Tallahassee, Florida, another Florida man, killing 2 people and injuring 5 others before turning the gun on himself. People inside Hot Yoga Tallahassee appeared to have fought the gunman in an effort to save themselves and others. Police identified the 2 killed as Nancy Van Vessem, 61, and Maura Binkley, 21. The gunman, who was already dead when officers arrived, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police identified the gunman as Scott Paul Beerley, 40, of Deltona, Florida. Interviews with dozens of witnesses and evidence led police to determine Beerley, quote, entered the business posing as a customer and began shooting patrons with a handgun without warning. It remains unclear what connection Beerley, who was staying at a local hotel, had to the yoga studio and its victims. Investigators are working to determine the gunman's motive. Let's see. A Defense Department official told CNN that Beerley was an Army veteran, but the official did not provide further details. Okay. It is believed he acted alone and that there is no further threat to the community. And let's see. Oh, sorry. 2 victims were in stable condition, police said early Saturday, and 3 others had been released from the hospital. Of the two hospitalized, one was shot 9 times, and the other had a bullet pass through her body.
Damn.
yeah, 9 times still alive. I hope. Fingers crossed.
Wow.
And so from that, CNN transitions this into a political story.
Of course. I'm sorry, before you get there, did the shooter die?
Yeah, he shot himself.
Okay.
Yeah. We jump down a couple of sections in the story, and the subheading to this section is Gillum addresses gun violence on campaign trail. And this is Andrew Gillum, I think is his name. It doesn't. Okay, they just call him Gillum. Gillum, who is also the Democratic nominee in the Florida governor's race, took a brief break from campaigning and returned to Tallahassee on Friday evening after receiving news of the shooting. Okay, why are we advertising this guy? Just because he did that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. He did that.
Well, then.
So that happened. More random yucca in the world. So there you go.
Kingslayer, are you here?
Why?
Okay. Prospero, why are you giving me the newspaper? That was funny.
Huh.
What?
Is that a thing now? We're giving people a newspaper in chat?
I get the newspaper now and then when I say certain things.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
My tabs to the stories. I don't see the chat when I'm doing this. Well, hey, from a random shooting, how about a hate crime?
A fake crime?
Hate crime.
We'll see about that.
Sure, why not?
Brooklyn man faces 4 hate crime charges after synagogue is defaced with anti-Semitic messages. A New York man was arrested and charged with hate crimes Friday night after anti-Semitic messages were found in a temple, police said. James Polite, 26, was charged with 4 counts of criminal mischief in the 4th degree as a hate crime and making graffiti. Graffiti was found on 4 doors of the Union Temple of Brooklyn on Thursday night, some of which said Hitler, Jews better be ready, and Die Jew Rats, we are here. I'm quoting, guys. That's a quote. This is not a statement. Just so you know.
Yeah, Wall Street Journal, fuck off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh. The New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio attended Shabbat services at the temple Friday night as a show of solidarity. After the service, he told journalists the incident was a horrible act of hate and, quote, deeply disturbing to all New Yorkers, but it is particularly painful for members of the Jewish community who feel very vulnerable right now, who feel under attack. I saw something on Twitter earlier. Somebody found a story from the New York Times from 2017. I think it was 2017, where a James Polite was quoted as being someone who was running around like campaigning for Obama or something, I guess, or talked about how he had been a campaigner for Obama, or maybe it was 2014. I forget now. Anyway, I don't know if it's the same guy.
Familiar to me.
Yeah, I forget who it was that posted that. They showed screenshots of an article that talked about James Polite.
There it is. We have another birthday, but it's not today. It's tomorrow. But we're not on the air tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And it is from a longtime supporter of the show, Kingslayer Damocles.
Ah.
You've been with us a long time, so I think I'm going to do a special song for you. I'm going to sing this one special.
All right, I'll sit back.
Oh, you can sing with me.
It's not going to be as special if I'm drowning you out.
Oh, you're not going to drown me out. I can't be too loud because the baby's upstairs.
Okay.
Sorry. Kingslayer Damocles, are you out there? Is this making you hard? Do you like my voice like this?
Oh.
This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Monkey, you gay.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
To you.
Something feels wrong about this.
Happy birthday.
Dear Kingslayer Damocles.
All right, I'm awake now.
Happy birthday to you.
My voice wasn't supposed to do that at the end. It's just my voice is fucked. So I apologize for the end of that. But happy birthday. I hope tomorrow is wonderful for you, bud. I really do.
You just apologize for the end. That's it.
Yes, because it was supposed to at least go with the rest of the song. My voice just broke to fuck there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've only got 2 left.
That is the first and only time you're going to hear me apologize for my singing. Damn it.
Really?
Sorry, yes.
Well, it's a good thing you have such a short memory because I'm sure you'll do it again at some point.
And when I do, that'll also be the first and only time. So there.
Yes, the joys of forgetting things. So this isn't much of a story, but I just I saw the headline and I thought, well, unfortunately, he's not wrong. And that'll make sense once I read the headline. Trump claims Democrats want to give illegal immigrants the right to vote in order to stay in office forever. Now, I don't know about that last part, but it's not untrue that there are places in this country that are trying to give illegal immigrants the ability to vote. Not necessarily in the federal elections, because you can't, but the right to vote in like school board elections and things like that over in California.
Yeah,
or San Francisco. Yeah. Now, if he's talking about federal elections, the Constitution kind of prevents that, thankfully. But anyway. President Donald Trump took aim at the Democratic Party's policies on illegal immigration, claiming that Democrats want to give illegal immigrants the right to vote in order to, quote, stay in office forever. Quote, the Democrat Party wants to sign illegal aliens up for free healthcare, free welfare, free education. And what do they really want? The right to vote, because they figure that's the way they stay in power forever, Trump said. Again, unless the Constitution is changed, like, I don't know, with an executive order or something, that can't happen. But just so you know. The president later slammed Democrats, whoa, really? Oh, scandal, who support getting rid of ICE and suggested people in Montana should be concerned about their safety if ICE is abolished. Quote, they want to get rid of ICE, Trump said. Even you in Montana, you're not going to be able to walk around. You'll be locking those doors. You'll be locking those windows, unquote.
What?
Because
why would people in Montana... Oh, because without ICE, the criminals would be so bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there'd be illegal aliens everywhere. So hide your kids, hide your wives.
For some reason, my brain processed that as ICE would be coming for him. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then my brain...
You in Montana, get ready to get deported to Kentucky. No! Not Kentucky.
It's just sometimes it takes my brain a second to catch up. I apologize. I'm with you now.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a story. Just like when I saw the headline, I was like, well, depending on how you mean that headline, he's not necessarily wrong. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, it was a slow news day, guys, all things considered. So there's not much going on. We'll have more time for MSS news, I suppose. But I did have one social commentary thing that caught my eye.
Okay.
So I haven't read this yet. It's not the year of the woman. It's the year of the women. Okay. And this is written by Laura Coates. And usually they give a little profile as to who the writer is. But this time they didn't. So I don't know. Or maybe it's... Oh, wait. No, I take it back. This is a bunch of things compiled together from different authors.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So the first is Laura Coates. Okay, is there anybody in here that we recognize?
That name sounds familiar.
Sally Cohn looks familiar to me. I know that face from some... Oh, Van Jones. Okay, we'll read Van Jones's in a second. Here, we'll get... Let's see. So this is Sally Cohn, K-O-H-N, and I swear I've seen her somewhere before, probably on TV. Win or lose, women are changing politics permanently. No matter what happens on Tuesday, that doesn't sound right, but okay, the record number of women running for election this year is undoubtedly going to change politics permanently, for the better. But what's also significant is that many of the women running aren't conventional candidates. Okay. These
I'll
are
hold that thought. Thank you, Mash. Scribe, why not Kentucky? Think of all that fried chicken you can have.
that's racist.
Thank you for that donation. I'm gonna get me some KFC with that. I need a KFC fund. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's see. But what's also significant is that many of the women running aren't conventional candidates. These aren't elite career politicians making their run at the next rung of politics. Lots of people who run for politics aren't career politicians, women or men. Have you read your voter's guide lately? Just so you know. There's single moms and school teachers and public interest lawyers who want to make a difference for their communities and their countries. Their countries? There's only one. How many countries are they talking about? Countries. Okay. Take Kara Eastman, a Democrat running in Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, raised by a single mom, completely uncommon. Eastman started the Omaha Healthy Kids Alliance to ensure that children have access to homes free of lead and other environmental hazards. Okay. And she was on the board of her region's community college. She's running against an incumbent Republican who has vowed to gut the Environmental Protection Agency and Department of Labor. Okay, I'm not going to read the rest of this because she's just describing like half of my. Seriously, I voted today. I got my voter's pamphlet out, got my ballot, filled everything out, and I read all the candidates' little bios and things because I always do that before I actually vote because I don't really care year to year who I'm going to vote for.
Thank you for doing that.
And I read most of these things, and you know what? Everyone who wasn't an incumbent wasn't a career politician.
And I'm not being facetious when I say that. Thank you for actually reading the voter guides and doing that before you fucking vote.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rant about that fucking later. We'll get to that. Sorry.
There was I had to vote for a judge or something, right? Mm-hmm. And there were obviously two options. And I read the written statement by one and then the written statement by the other. And the first guys had so many errors, spelling errors and grammatical errors. He didn't put a space in between his period and the first word of his next sentence. I forget what the other ones were, but it was like reading a Chris Cillizza article. And then I looked at the other guys, and he was very exacting. Like and his word choice and everything else. I was like, okay, if I'm going to vote for a judge, someone who's going to be interpreting the law, I'm going to go for this guy. And then I looked at their work experience, and lo and behold, the guy who actually knew what he was doing was an experienced judge and lawyer. I was like, there you go.
Amazing how that works out.
Amazing how that works out. Yeah. So, and yeah, he was an incumbent, but I didn't give a shit because I was like, I'm not going to vote for somebody who can't even proofread his own copy before he puts it out there in the public domain. Sorry. Anyway,
this is actually a good segue for my rant. I read a story today. Oh, thank you, Mashishu Renting Monkey. Here's a donation for your KFC coleslaw fund. I appreciate that. I'm not kidding, guys. I want some KFC coleslaw. I had that in a while. And now I can't. They're not open. I can't even ask somebody to drive and go get it for me. I have to get that tomorrow. I saw a story today that Twitter has kicked off 10,000 accounts for telling people not to vote. Here's the deal. If you don't know what the fuck you're voting for, please don't vote. That doesn't even mean that you can't go down and vote on some things. If you know part of it, vote for the things you do know. But here's the thing. Here's how you can help yourself before you even fucking get there. They make voter guides. And now a voter guide, that might sound like, here's how you should vote. That's not what it is. These are what like you said, they're bios. They're things you can go in and see where positions are and what will happen if this amendment passes for your Constitution or this what's the proposition passes. Go in there and fucking educate yourself before you just go in there and vote. We have so many people out there telling you need to go vote. Shut the fuck up. No, you don't. You need to go vote if you know what you're voting for, period. Because you know what can happen and does? Oftentimes you're voting for somebody who doesn't actually have your best interest or at least similar thinking. You go in there and you vote for a blue dog Democrat. You're not exactly voting for a Democrat, guys. Don't go in there fucking blind. This is voting. This is picking your fucking leaders, you dumbasses. This is picking what goes on in your state, in your local, in your federal fucking government. Make sure you know what the fuck you're doing. Sorry, I'm done.
I'd like to add, fuck that shit.
10,000 people kicked off of Twitter for telling people not to vote. Now, I don't know what all they said about not voting, but I'm telling you, if you don't know what you're doing, don't fucking vote.
I wonder if they kicked off Splinter's account because they put up an article a couple days ago that said young people probably should just stay away from voting or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
I wonder if any of those channels that got banned were people telling white people that they don't need to be voting.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just read the one from Van Jones, the one name on here that I actually recognize. And let's see. Okay, so Van Jones. Women of color, of course, are starting to get the respect they deserve. Okay. Okay. Just because of what they look like. Okay. A scandal-tarred, T-A-R-R-E-D. T-A-R-R-E-D, like you've been tarred and feathered. But that's a weird, I don't know that I've ever heard that before. A scandal-tarred extremist scandal-tarred, just can't say that. It makes sense. It's just when it comes out. Anyway, extremist Republican, accusations of sexual misconduct, a southern state where Democrats rarely compete, attempts to suppress the black vote, a multiracial populist coalition putting in the work. That was the scene in December 2017 when Doug Jones upset Roy Moore in a special election for Alabama Senate seat. Now, God, I almost forgot about that ever happened. Now, with 2018 tagged as a successor to 1992's Year of the Woman, that Alabama contest deserves a second look. Okay. In the wake of Jones's surprise victory, it quickly became clear who was responsible for it: Black women. Black women put in the long, hard volunteer hours. Black women got their families, friends, neighbors, and churches to the polls. Black women voted 98% for Doug Jones. It is really no surprise. Black women have been the backbone of the Democratic Party for decades. All that has changed is that women of color are starting to get the credit they deserve. They are also in leadership roles. That is an overdue and welcome development. Okay,
but,
from Ayanna Press. All right.
What the fuck is he talking about? Okay,
I don't know. From Ayanna Presley in Massachusetts to Ilhan Omar in Minnesota to Stacey Abrams' historic bid for governor in Georgia, Black women are not just singing in the choir, but preaching from the pulpit. That fact is even more true when you pull back the lens and look at the waves of all women of color, Native American, Palestinian, Palestinian? If you're Palestinian, nothing. Never mind. Latina, more than I can mention. Is Palestinian an ethnicity? Maybe I'm just dumb.
An ethnicity? I don't think so.
Okay. Determined to make history in November. Because, I mean, if you say Palestinian, that almost sounds like you're saying Mexican.
Palestinian is more of an ethnicity, yeah. It actually is.
Because there's religious Jews and then there's like ethnic Jews and that kind of thing. Yeah, okay, all right. It's just that when I read that, it kind of read like saying Native American, Mexican, and then German or something, and I was like, what? Anyway. Determined to make history in November, in the GOP stronghold of Idaho, a young Democrat named Paulette Jordan could become the first ever Native American governor. Okay. A lot of women are running for office. Yay! And they could have done that at any point. Nothing was stopping them. And this is the year for it, I suppose. So, yay. Or the second year.
This kind of comes off as
patronizing.
Well, not just patronizing, but all right, this is about to sound bad, but this is what it kind of comes off to me as. You ever hear somebody like brag about how cool their dog is?
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Like, that's how this article sounds to me. It sounds like, yes, this thing that we own, it's so awesome. Didn't we train it so well? It's so good. Look at all the stuff it can do. That's what it sounds like to me. But
Watch, we'll make it sit. Real quick, thank you, Marty's Big Journey. Republicans didn't turn out for scumbag Roy Moore. That's true.
That's also that is also true. Yeah, getting a bunch of votes from your side while nobody on the other side wanted the other guy. Yeah, well. Anyway, sorry, you got another one.
Thank you, Marty's Big Journey. I see he didn't mention Young Kim in California, Ohio Republican.
Republican.
Oh, Republican. Oh, yeah. Right.
Not going to talk about women who aren't Democrats, apparently.
No. Yeah, Republican women, even if they're of color, they're not women or of color. They're actually white men.
They also don't count, and they also aren't being treated how they deserve.
They're being treated how they deserve because they're white men.
White man.
Anyway, that's all the quote unquote news stories I had. And run for office. Nothing, if you're of the I think the minimum age to run for I think federal office is 36, isn't it? Or is it
federal office is 25 for the House, 30 for the Senate, and 35 for the presidency.
Right. Okay. So if you're anywhere in that age range, or I don't know what the state elections might be, might vary as well. Just go do it. Nobody's stopping you. It doesn't matter whatever you look like. Even if you don't have any campaign money or anything else, just do it. You never know. Crazier things have happened. And I always wanted. My dad always wanted to run for a judgeship and even this year I saw a whole bunch of judges that are running unopposed. They're just,
I should run for judge.
And I don't think every state elects its judges, but some do. And so I was just like, what are the qualifications necessary to run for a judgeship in the state? There aren't any. I mean, preferably you want to have a law degree, I think. I don't think there's well, again, maybe it depends on the state, but I think anybody can run to be a judge. So I was like, well, why do these guys always run unopposed? Why isn't there just some Yahoo out there going it's like, I will condemn all squirrels and just make that his campaign slogan.
That would be great.
That would be awesome. It's like, I'm nuts for the law.
Oh my God.
I have one story I want to read, and it may be in MSS News. It was sent to me. Massive Dynamics. Are you the one who sent this? I believe so. And it's the article that the stream is named after. I want to tell you this article annoys me because every sentence is a paragraph. And that fucking annoys the shit out of me. This is from the Chicago Sun-Times. Hillary Clinton remains the Democrats' best chance to defeat Trump in 2020.
What does that tell you about the rest of the field?
No shit, right?
True.
Your
it's like
best chance?
The best
loser from last time?
Oh, wait. This is how it starts out.
Yeah.
She beat Donald J. Trump last time, at least by the popular vote. And
yes, she can do that again. By all means, she can do that again.
Can she do it again this time for real? Hillary Clinton may be gearing up for a third presidential run. Even as two-time loser, she could be the Democratic Party's best chance of ending the Trump presidency.
Yay!
Wednesday marks the unofficial kickoff of the 2020 presidential contest. Some among the hordes of Democrat aspirants have already started. Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey and Senator Kamala Harris of California have been stumping in Iowa.
Yep.
Last month, Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont made a 9-state circuit of midterm campaigning from Arizona to Florida, which is weird because he can only run in Vermont. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts has been showcasing her DNA test to verify her Native American roots. I can't believe they put that in there as something, as a positive for her.
Well, it doesn't say it's a positive. It just says that she's doing it.
Yeah, I guess. But if Clinton gets in, it could all be for naught. Rumors of a returning engagement have been rumbling for weeks, with Clinton supporters and former aides stirring the pot. Then last week in an interview, Clinton was asked, "Do you want to run again?" No, she replied to Kara Swisher, a journalist at Recode, a technology news website. Swisher pushed. "Well, I'd like to be president," Clinton said. "Being president," she explained, "is work that I feel very, very well prepared for, having been in the Senate for 8 years, having been a diplomat in the State Department. Clinton went on to detail her August resume of governmental services. August resume.
August.
Well, it says August.
Well, yes, but if it's a lowercase a, it's August.
That's August. I don't care what they say. Clinton went on to detail.
This is why you're the second tier newsreader around here.
Whoa!
You be quiet, English major. I'm leaving.
That was uncalled for.
Let's see. However, she added she won't think about a possible run until after the election. That would be Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hillary again? Before you run screaming into the night, allow me to note. The voters chose her in 2016. Okay. And there's a lot of interest again. A report about Clinton's comments in The Hill, a Washington, D.C. based political website, has been shared more than 62,000 times.
Oh my God.
Didn't we just see an article about how Hillary need to sit her ass down somewhere?
That was from The Root. Yeah.
They're not wrong that it's been shared that much, but how much of that was people mocking it? How many of it was people going, "Oh, please run, please"?
Well, no, monkey context. Come on.
I know, silly me.
Now you know what I'm going to love seeing, and again, this is it's one of the same situation as was in 2016. I didn't want either one of those people to win the presidency, and so being the cynic that I was, all I could do is say to myself, what would be the more entertaining outcome of this shit show? And it happened. It really happened. Yeah. Like all I can take, I'm not going to take any satisfaction from having somebody in the office that I want there, or that I've got somebody there that's actually representing my hopes and dreams for the future. So the only silver lining I have, what's going to be most entertaining? The only thing that's going to come out of the next election that I'm really looking forward to is not necessarily the outcome, because we have to wait and see who the candidates are. But first and foremost, I cannot wait for the primary debates. I cannot wait to see all the Democrats on the stage doing their best to be the most anti-Trump and the most virtue signaling they possibly can against each other. It's going to be a free-for-all. It's going to be hilarious. How can we out-Trump Trump?
Do you think you think they're gonna start with a "I hate Trump more than you"? Like, no, I hate him more. No, me.
Well, no. I'm not even sure that. I mean, there will be that. But what I'm saying is that after seeing Trump's performance on the debate stage last year, and how everybody seems to be like trying to fall down to his tactics to try to get one up on him, I don't see how somebody, or more than one somebody's on that stage, doesn't try to be the snarky game show host version, Democratic version of Trump, to try to get past everybody else and get the most sound bites.
Oh, that would be Avenatti. If wasn't even mentioned in this.
If Avenatti even gets on a debate stage one time, I'll be so happy, because that'll be fucking hilarious. But he won't. There's no way he's going to get enough percentage points to earn his way onto a debate stage. I would, unless there is a massive trolling campaign to get him up on the stage.
I just want to read a couple more lines from this. One of them: there's greater determination than ever across the nation to elect the first woman president, thanks to Donald Trump and the Me Too movement.
I feel like the Me Too, this is like the worst time to say that. Like maybe like a year ago, or around the time Me Too had started, that would have been appropriate. But Me Too has been losing so much steam, and all those people who claimed that Kavanaugh, and they're starting to recant their stories, and the Me Too movement has kind of become stigmatized now. Like that can't be more false. Like, what is wrong with you?
Well, they overreached and they overplayed their hand. They turned everything and its brother into a hate crime. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Monkey.
The last part, they're talking about how Bill and Hillary are going on a tour across America.
Oh, sorry, you got a super chat.
Thank you, Mashishu. Coleslaw plus Super Crown equals coleslawette.
Oh my God, that was a Bowsette joke.
That was a Bowsette.
I get it. Yeah. Yes, I do. Anyway, they're talking about it, but they say if you want to see the show, make sure you bring. They use the word long green. Ticket prices will range from $750 to $72 a person. Isn't that backwards? Shouldn't it be 72 to
Yeah.
750.
Wait, so, unless they left off a 0 and it's going to be like 720.
But still, that would still be backwards because the 750 came first.
Yeah, that's true. And tickets for what?
To see Bill and Hillary's tour across America.
Who cares about Bill or Hillary at this point? Oh my God!
You know, it would have been hilarious if they were like, ticket prices are going to cost $100 for men, $77 for women.
That would be appropriate.
Oh
Okay.
man!
And guys, that does bring us to the end of news time, but it's not all the news because we still have hashtag MSS news.
Miss New.
We have our own
News.
hashtag, guys.
Yes.
If you would like us to read a story on air, let me yawn first. There you go. Okay, if you'd like us to read a story on air, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to all the stories, but that's because I wanted to make fun of Hillary Clinton tonight. Scribe.
Well, let's see. We talked about the synagogue vandalism suspect. Let's see. Is a former City Hall anti-hate crime intern.
Oh, anti-hate crime.
So was this a false flag?
Yes, it was, and that's why I said fake crime.
Okay, well, I'll read this one then, even though we kind of already went over that. Let's see. So this is from the Daily Caller. I don't want to.
Yeah, you do, Scott.
I can't read this story unless I pay something. So sorry, guys, I can't read this story. The Daily Caller does not want me to read that. If one of you guys can pull that up and read it in a minute, we can get to it. But apparently, the Daily Caller will not let me read it unless I pay a subscription fee.
Okay, I think I posted it on Facebook earlier.
Okay. In the meantime, that is an ad. We talked about Hillary Clinton. All right, this one comes from Massive Dynamics as well. Woman earns 100,000 pounds a year by selling her smelly socks.
Oh God!
Didn't we?
No, this came out. It came out a couple days ago.
They did it on Ghost Poo the other day.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it might be familiar to you. This woman's feet are nasty.
Roxy Sykes, 33, realized she could break into the foot fetish industry after someone complimented her on the beauty of her feet. The property investor decided to set up an Instagram page to see how true the interest in her feet was, and after reaching over 10,000 followers in a month, decided to listen to her fans. Roxy from London then started selling shoes and socks on her social media accounts for £20 per pair of socks and £200 per shoes. Having been in the business for 4 years now, Roxy claims she can earn up to £8,000 in a busy month. Quote, after being told by a colleague that I had beautiful feet, I'm not a foot fetishist, so I can't say one way or the other. It looks like a foot to me.
Oh well, I'll show you. Right now, I'm showing her dirty ass socks she's selling. Let me scroll up and show you all her feet. There you go.
Her toe is all crooked. There's her big toe, and then her next toe over is like all bent over and weird.
Monkey, what did I say about that? It looks like that toe knew her big toe did something
and was trying to get away from it.
Trying to get away from it.
Yeah. Let's see. After being told by a colleague that I had beautiful feet, I was convinced to set up a social media account to show them off. But it wasn't until I started getting thousands of followers and messages about selling used items that I realized I could profit from it. I didn't show my face or anything at first, so I knew people were just interested in me for my feet, so it didn't feel too personal. But when I started selling, I got a real buzz from it and realized just how much I could make from selling shoes and socks from time to time. I realized how much money I could truly make on my busiest month, where I saw over 8,000 pounds come in just for videos, socks, and shoes.
Guys, if you'd like me not to send you dirty socks, you can donate down in the corner there or go over to my Streamlabs.
Yeah. Oh, a video of her wiggling her toes will sell for 100 pounds.
Yep.
I obviously have been wasting my life.
Did you see those dirty ass socks she's selling?
Yes.
Somebody's beating off in those.
Now
they're gonna get dirty dick.
Yes. Okay. Moving on.
Now, before we move on, I do want to say, if she can get money for that, good for her. But you people buying it, no. Somebody give me a newspaper. No. Stop it.
This one comes from Meshisu. Oh, I've been waiting for this to happen. Spice Girls to reportedly announce reunion tour without Victoria Beckham.
But who wants to see it without her?
No Posh Spice, even though she was. I mean, I liked the redhead.
Ginger.
Was it Ginger Spice? Yeah, Ginger Spice. I like the redhead because I'm a redhead guy. And I think Posh was the only other one that I thought was attractive.
Posh has a pretty face, but the girl needs some coleslaw. You need some coleslaw, some chicken, lady.
She's the toothpick. It's true.
Yeah.
And really, the headline is the story. There's really nothing else to say. Is that, yeah, that might happen. So, moving on.
If y'all don't start donating, I'm gonna send you my dirty socks.
This one comes
Just
from
kidding.
the original Shroom.
Wait, I thought the Spice Girls got back together a while ago.
I have no idea. I don't follow their career monkey. Do you?
No, I just remember seeing a story. You keep going. I'm gonna look this up.
Disabled veteran knocks MSNBC crew for blocking handicapped spots at polling site.
Good job, dummies.
Excuse me. I'm going to be losing my voice here in a second. A disabled Air Force veteran this week voiced frustration with an MSNBC news crew for blocking handicapped parking spots outside of a polling site in Houston. Quote, went to vote and found this waiting for us, James Berry, who has multiple sclerosis, wrote in a widely shared Facebook post. Quote, the only van accessible spot and they're filming in it. We asked them to move, pointed out how it was wrong, then went to vote because it takes time to load up, but came out and still there, not even packing up, still getting ready for their shot. Berry told a local CBS News affiliate that MSNBC, quote, kept coming back like, we'll move in 2 minutes. We'll move in like 3 minutes. We're going live. We've got a shot. We're going live in like 3 minutes. We got to do this. And we're just like, no, you have to move. It's not right. You know it's not right. This is suppression, Berry added in his Facebook post. A little hyperbolic, but okay. Quote, if I couldn't park, I couldn't vote. Their van had no handicap placards. MSNBC reporter Mariana Atencio later apologized on Twitter for the incident. Quote, we made the wrong call Tuesday by using a disabled parking spot for our live shot in Texas, she wrote.
You think?
There's no excuse. I apologize to the 2 people who were on their way to vote. How do you know it wasn't more than 2 people? Maybe they saw you there and just try to move on. Because you guys...
That sounds so condescending.
It does. I apologize to the 2 people who were on their way to vote, as it's one of the most important parts of our democracy. We'd never want to jeopardize anyone's ability to do so, but you did. And you think you only inconvenienced 2 people. Well, how do you know there weren't more that just sort of saw you clogging up the spot and moved on?
I just want to point out, I Am Man says Old Spice reunion. I hope that's what they call it. The Old Spice tour.
The Old Spice tour. And then the Old Spice guy comes out as the opening act.
That would be wonderful.
In his towel, yeah.
I'm sorry to the 2 people this inconvenienced. What a cunt. Anyway.
Sorry. This one comes from Top Ramen Lewis. Barack Obama deals with hecklers in a respectful, non-Trumpian way.
Non-Trumpian.
Non-Trumpian. President Donald Trump could learn a thing or two from former President Barack. The president famously encouraged supporters to knock the crap out of people who protest him at rallies. Obama showed how it should be done Friday, however, when he was heckled while stunting for Democratic candidates Bill Nelson and Andrew Gillum in Miami, Florida. Quote, sir, don't curse in front of kids. Come on, don't do that in front of them. Come on, Obama calmly told one heckler. Quote, we're okay, Obama continued after the unidentified person was reportedly removed by security and the crowd stopped chanting the ex-POTUS's name. Quote, you know what? That is what I look forward to having a few hecklers to get me back in the mood. You know, it's like, I enjoy that. You always got to have a few in order to know that you're on the campaign trail, he said. Okay. I have nothing to say about it. It's like, yeah, all right. That's Obama. That's how Obama behaves. Obama and Trump are 2 different people. I don't know what to tell you. That's always been the case.
Well, there's two states. There's everybody else, and then Trump.
You gotta
thank you, your boy Chat. SDA could join. She could be pumpkin spice. Indeed.
Your boy Chat.
Did I say that? I'm sorry. Your boy Pat.
That's funny. Your boy Chat.
It's a lot easier when it's just somebody who's, yelling a couple profanities. Did he throw anything at Obama? Did he hit anybody in the crowd?
No, he just used bad words, apparently.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay. What else do we have here? I'm trying to find something that's either funny or entertaining. Okay, this is weird. This one comes from Peter Stewart. Weird and entertaining. How many more do you want me to do, Monkey?
Let's do this one, and then I have a story I want to cover.
Okay. And I need to press my voice anyway, apparently. BC man, I'm assuming they mean British Columbia, not before Christ, kicked off WestJet flight after falling asleep before takeoff.
What? Why?
A BC man who recently suffered a stroke said he was left humiliated and out of more than $1,000 after WestJet kicked him off a flight to Cuba and stranded his family at the Toronto airport. The airline removed Stephen, excuse me. Today's the day, I guess. The airline removed Stephen Bennett from the October 13th flight after he took a sleeping pill and fell into a deep sleep, raising concerns from at least one crew member who mandated he be awake before takeoff. WestJet says it was acting within its rights as it needs to use a, quote, abundance of caution when determining if passengers are fit to fly in order to prevent more serious issues while in the air. But Bennett claims the decision to oust him was unjust because he was ultimately wide awake before takeoff and multiple medical professionals deemed him fit for air travel. Quote, I felt like I had no rights, says Bennett, who lives in Burnaby and has difficulty walking without the assistance after suffering a stroke 2 months ago. He was traveling with his wife and son, who accompanied him off the plane. The family says it was forced to pay more than $1,600 to arrange another flight so they could still get to their hotel, booked along with the original flight, through WestJet Vacations.
Nice.
Quote, they wouldn't assist us, says Bennett. We're financially hurt. I'm so emotionally hurt. While WestJet wouldn't comment on the specifics of the case, it says it stands by the crew's decisions. That's ridiculous.
Why? Why would you stand by that?
I mean,
because they got the $1,000-something odd dollars.
Well, yeah, they got the money. Like, look, we got his money.
Well, I mean, if his son and his wife were with him, I would think they could tell the crew, yeah, he took a sleeping pill. He doesn't like taking off or something. It's easier for him to fall asleep. If you nod off before the flight, they're going to kick you off because they think you might have a medical condition.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You already had a medical condition. Let the guy fly. So stupid. Anyway, that's all my stories. Now it's Monkey's turn while I drink some water and get my voice back.
Yeah, guys, thank you for all those stories. And I can't remember if this one was directly sent to me. Am I breaking up, guys?
Nope.
No.
Good. Okay.
Not for me.
I can't remember if this was sent to me or if I just happened across it. But this one's a little personal for me, guys. And it's actually a really cool story. Paralyzed man walks after groundbreaking spinal implant. That's one giant leap for humankind. A paralyzed man is back on his feet thanks to newly developed spinal cord implant. The groundbreaking technology called epidural electrical stimulation fills the gaps in damaged spines and revives the ability to translate neural messages from the brain to the spine. One of 3 trial patients, David Mazee, 30, is able to walk about half a mile with his device turned on and about 8 steps when it turns off. Mazee was previously told by doctors he would never walk again. 2 other paraplegics who received the implant also were able to move their legs to varying degrees, and their prognosis is promising. Now, this doesn't directly relate to me, but there's a weird side effect that is a little promising. In addition to helping paralyzed people regain their ability to move, the device is also regenerating damaged nerve cells in the spine.
Mm-hmm.
The results were completely unexpected, the researcher said. If
Tweet
you're me,
this guy, Monkey, tweet this guy, tweet this doctor, tweet this hospital, say, I am your test subject.
You know what? I might. Where the hell
You
are
really
they?
should. You really should. I'm not even kidding. I'm not being facetious. Just like, take it, write down a brief of what your situation is, screenshot that, attach it to a tweet, send it off to these guys and say, I am your guinea pig.
I gave up hope, guys.
But why?
Oh, Monkey. Now there is. See, I mean, this is yay science. I mean, if this happened by accident, imagine what they're going to do when they focus attention on this in the next 5 years.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
No.
You got me there, Scribe. Thank you. These are happy tears, man. I've read this.
Yeah.
I fucking teared up. I'm like,
Yeah.
you've got to be kidding me. I mean,
Great.
that's amazing. And
Yeah. No, seriously, write these guys. Leverage everything for this, because if there's even the slimmest chance that these guys can plug you in and everything starts getting a little bit better, totally worth it.
if they can find a way to repair spines, do you know how many people would be helped by that?
Oh yeah.
Because it's always been, spinal cord, you're fucked. You're just fucked. And that's why when the doctor told me, because I told you guys a story when they were looking at what was wrong with me, there were some really horrific things they were looking at. And when they told me that none of those horrific things happened, I sat there and I cried because I realized this is life now.
Yeah.
Forever. And it doesn't have to be, maybe. And I am so happy, you guys. Hope is a motherfucker, and I'm glad to have it back.
Now you're going to contact these guys, yes?
After you're done
Yes,
with it,
sir.
can I buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to tear up there, but that is a wonderful thing. It's amazing what is happening in science, guys. And this is why anytime real science is misdirected for some stupid ass use, it bothers me, because this is the kind of thing they can do when they're using it right.
Hey, if you get the Twitter account of anybody involved in that project, when you tweet that out, I would ask anybody who wants to help support Monkey to retweet that and message them as well, and support the idea of getting Monkey into some kind of trial or some kind of guinea pig status, because that would be really cool.
Peachy says the trials are currently going on in Switzerland. That's what I thought, and I missed it in the article. I don't know how I missed it, but yeah.
Whatever.
That's all right. They can come over here.
Yeah, they can come over there. They can buy him a ticket on WestJet, and Monkey can get a nap before the flight takes off.
Moore says Bionic Ninja renting Monkey. That would be fucking awesome. That's all we have for the news, guys. It's time for, what are we on to? YouTube time.
Sure.
Satsu.
Yeah.
Are you awake, Satsu?
I'm here.
What'd you do today?
Well, I started to do a video on the whole situation that was going on earlier with the donations and shit, and that whole conversation, because I had gotten to it with a few people on Twitter about it, but I ended up not doing it or whatever, because I had gotten so burnt out just talking to so many people about it and hearing everybody's opinion online, that I was just like, okay, well, now I kind of don't care anymore. But what I thought was curious, just the only point that I really wanted to bring up was the fact that, based on what was displayed to me and the argument that was brought forth, it seemed like this was like a moral imperative. Like they were just like, it is morally necessary for them to turn down this money, because there's no way that it is acceptable for them to take this money under any circumstances. Like, you must be stupid if you think that they should take that money. It's ridiculous to think so. And then people were like, yeah, but it's going to kids. And then their response to that was, well, just donate separately. And I'm like, wait a minute. Those two arguments don't go together. You can't say that this is like, a serious moral dilemma. Like, they cannot under any circumstances take money from Nazis and then say, I mean, I guess unless you guys break up and get out of a big group and do it separately, then it's okay. And I'm like, it's not a moral imperative at that point. It's just optics. Like you only care about the optics at that point. So my question was, is it okay to take money from Nazis? The answer is yes, as long as they're not in a group.
Got to do it individually.
Yeah, so I'm like, the moral part of this argument that is just like, oh, they can't be caught dead taking that. No, that's bullshit. It's not true. They just don't want a large group, a recognizable group to send it. And optics wise, I can see that. But don't sit there and talk like, oh, well, they would never. They're too good to take that money. That's dirty money. They don't want that. I mean, unless they give it in small portions. Like, what? Come on. Really?
Yeah.
That shit annoyed the fuck out of me. And that was like the main thing that I was really trying to put forth. Because I'm just like, don't give me the moral version of the argument. Just be real. It's fine if you take money from Nazis. It is perfectly fine. You don't care if they do it or not. You just don't want it to be a recognizable thing. You don't want it to be a large group, and you don't want them to be able to take credit for it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Because people were complaining that the only reason they were doing it, or it was problematic that they were doing it, because they could go back and say, look at this thing we did. And that was an actual complaint that they made. Like, we don't want them to be able to say they did a good thing. So do it separately, do it individually, and everything is cool. And I'm like, well, that don't sound like a moral stance to me. That it just sounds like you're dancing around your actual ideals. But whatever. Fuck.
No, you're right. Scribbles, I'm going to go next because mine kind of ties in with that. I did a stream last night. Sitting here, I was in pain. I was just mad about this whole fucking thing. So I did like an hour stream where I just ranted, just straight ranted, just by myself about all of this stupid shit. And I realized that they're literally saying jokes and bad, mean words are worse than cancer. And that's fucking retarded. But then today, before the show, something we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. I did another stream on a article that's been going around. Jean-Pierre sent it to us yesterday through chat, but we didn't have time to get to it. And it's not what it sounds like, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Scribbles.
I would just first say that anybody who hasn't seen my new video, go watch it when you have a chance and share, because that's how it works now. But today the only YouTube stuff I did was play Fallout 76 with Satsu as we ran around and did some side questing type stuff. We're kind of staying away from the main plot line things until Monkey can join us. And we did a little bit of house building today and learned how to build up our wood, because that's important to gather wood. And we shot robots and zombies and all that kind of stuff. And I'm becoming a little bit better of a weapons crafter in minute ways. So that's what I'm happy about. So, and now, tomorrow we'll be doing it again, I think, if we get the scheduling right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I will be able to join. I want to, but things. With the weapon crafting, does a better weapon do more damage?
Yes, you can. Everybody can do crafting to a certain degree automatically, and you learn new modifications for guns as you dissect or scrap other versions of guns. Okay. But to make the really exotic or fancy stuff, you need specific perk cards that come along that are, so far, I mean, there's only so many things that have been revealed, but there's a tree of cards specifically to the intelligence stat. Like contractor and exotic weapons, that the more and the higher level these cards you get, the better fancier armor and weapons you can craft. So what I'm going to be doing is focusing on gathering up as many duplicates of regular weapons as I can and scrapping them to get the schematics basically for other upgrades, and sort of building a library of those so I can be our super duper weapons crafter. And I already made a really good looking sniper rifle, which has been helping out quite a bit. So that is my focus, and that's what I've been liking so far.
Sweet. I was watching you guys play, and Satsu, I've said this every one of these games we played. Building is what I like to do.
Yep.
And I can't wait. I really can't. But yeah, like I think reasons, shit happens. And so I haven't. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it downloaded before then. Fucketry. Anybody have some? I have a little bit. But I have quite a bit. But I have one of the fucketries we're going to do is actually kind of a deep topic. So I'm going to skip most of my fucketry. But do you guys have any?
I mean, that was what I kind of ranted about earlier. Was pretty much mine for the most part. Just kind of getting into it with people about that situation, because like I said, somebody said that, you know, and the people kept saying this, they were right to turn it down, and I'm like, I'm not really disputing the fact that the optics aren't bad, and that it probably wasn't in their best interest as a company to turn it down for, you know, a variety of reasons. You could probably come up with many reasons on why it's just not worth it, and that's totally fine. But to say, hey, we are morally against this and that is horrible, there's no way we can take money from those disgusting people. Hey, by the way, meet me around back separate, and we'll take it then. But just don't, you know, don't make us look bad. By the way, that's despicable. We can't take your money. But as I said, back door, bruh. I'm just like, what? Come on. That was the part that really frustrated me, because if it was just like, we can't accept their money, and even if they come and do it separately or whatever, we still won't take it because we stand by what we believe in. No, they were just like, we'll take it this way. And that frustrated me. So,
got any scribbles?
No, not really. I was just, I mean, I was on the internet today, but I wasn't really doing much internet fucketry. I did, however, and I encourage anyone else who wants to do so as well, make a donation to St. Jude's.
Mm-hmm.
And my comment was, I promise my money is on the right side of history.
Well played.
Yeah.
MASH, yes, I will be talking about that in just a minute. But first up, we're going to talk about my sweetheart, Alyssa.
Alyssa,
I love you, you fucking moron. It's a good thing you're so pretty. She tweeted out, the good news is that in a democracy like ours, the real power isn't with the man in the White House. It's with you. Pay attention to this next sentence. And we have a lot more love and hope on our side than they have assholes.
If that's the case, then there wouldn't be an issue.
Does calling people assholes sound loving to anyone else?
No, but you know, like I said, the more hypocritical you are, the more appealing you are to those types. So, you know,
I would jack off to her naked, but she's dumb. She's dumb. Alyssa, I fucking love you. We can skip Diane Feinstein. Okay, this is the one MASH was asking about. This came from Melissa A, and I don't know how truthful this is, but this is a young lady named Zoe Bethel.
Zoe?
Zoe, Z-O-E. I don't know.
Oh, Zoe. Zoe. Okay.
She lost her model contract for wearing a MAGA hat and attending the Young Black YBLS. I forget exactly what it stands for. White House event. What they wrote is, the team has been talking about your political racist connections, and we have decided to release you from your contract. We are an agency based on love, acceptance, and inclusiveness. And your current public persona is not relative to our brand. Best of luck to you.
yes.
Okay.
Another one of those, I don't think that word means what you think it means. Moments in politics.
Hypocrisy is their lifeblood.
There was one more I wanted to get into. Oh, this is the one we talked about before the show. This young lady named Lily tweeted this out today. Clear my throat because I want to get this one right. Stop complimenting people's blue eyes. It's basically complimenting whiteness. Less than 1% of non-white people have blue eyes. No one ever says someone with brown eyes has beautiful eyes. Brown eyes are beautiful. I love mine. And then she went on to clarify. I should have said, stop only complimenting blue eyes. Everyone in the comments is doing too much. Stop acting like you don't know what I was trying to say. Bitch, I don't know what you're trying to say because I have complimented people on brown eyes. Now, I was going to make a joke because she's Asian. And when I've complimented people on brown eyes, it's usually those big brown eyes. But I'm not making that joke. I didn't make it on Twitter, and I'm not making it here. If Cryptic's around and wants to make it, then maybe he can. But I've complimented people on beautiful hazel eyes, green eyes, blue eyes, and brown eyes.
Somebody need to sit that bitch down, put some headphones on her, and play an R&B playlist for like 3 hours, and so she can withdraw that statement.
Well, here's the thing. She does not have beautiful eyes. Her eyes aren't ugly. It's not like they're fucked up or something. They're normal. And has really beautiful eyes. Petite Nakoko, if you ever see her on Twitter, she has beautiful big brown eyes. My wife has beautiful big hazel eyes. Oh man, I could just stare into them forever. But she's just mad because somebody got a compliment, and instead of going, well, my eyes are just okay, she took it out on white people's because we only ever compliment blue eyes. Nobody's ever complimented brown eyes. That's fucking retarded.
There's no song called Brown Eyed Girl. There isn't.
That's a good segue. Thank you, Marty's Big Journey, for the donation. Van Morrison was not available for comment. Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, bitch, there's a song. It's a popular song. It's been around for a long time. Oh my god! Yeah,
but they didn't say brown Asian eyes.
That's true. They did not. And oh my god, fucking people! They will literally whine about anything these days.
Anything. It doesn't matter how fucking retarded. Everything is permissible in the world of stupid fucks.
Now, have you guys seen this article going around? What would happen in the midterms if women withheld sex?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a tweet about it. I have not seen the article.
Okay, I thought I had retweeted it, which I do, guys, so that I can find stuff quickly, and apparently I didn't. However, since I did a video on it earlier, I did put it in the description, so give me a second to pull it up here, because it's actually a little bit... The title of it is a little bit misleading. Because what the title is, what if women went on a sex strike before the midterms?
Right.
Now, that makes it sound, the way I read it, and you guys tell me if you read it any differently, is that what if women said, I'm not going to give you sex unless you vote for who I want you to vote for?
Right, that's what I would think. Because it's like football games, like we're going to hold sex off and win kind of thing.
Okay. Satsu, that sound about right to you?
Yep.
That is not at all what it means.
Oh.
Not even a little bit. By the way, Massive Dynamics dug up a wonderful article on the author here. The author, whose name is Wednesday Martin. Her name is actually Wendy Martin, but she changed it to sound more authorly because she's wrote some books, y'all. One of the books is called The Primates of Park Avenue, and the editor or the publisher of that book actually started putting a disclaimer in the book that said they pretty much thought it was a big fucking lie for various reasons. And you guys can find that on my Twitter if you want to. We're not going to talk much about that. But what she's talking about here is that men, they don't please women sexually. And if they did, the whole world would change.
Okay.
Here's some of the things that she thinks would change if only men. What she says is that we need to make foreplay the main course, the focus of all sex. And if we did that, yeah, hang on, hang on, the wage gap would go away.
What?
Yeah. That's one of the things that's bad, and then we need that. There would be more female CEOs.
Wait. let me just make sure I understand, as I often do in the videos that I do.
Sure.
So the premise here is, first and foremost, foreplay needs to be the focus of sex.
Yes.
And then everything else follows from that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She starts off telling us about this concept. And Scribe, I want your opinion of this fucking sentence she says here.
Okay.
I snapped to attention the first time I heard the term service sex. I heard it in 2017 from a researcher at an annual sex researchers conference in Montreal. This expert was describing straight women who were distressed because they didn't feel desire for their husbands or long-term partners. Wanting to keep their men happy, these women often had sex anyway, with a resigned attitude and little thought to their own pleasure. Now, this is the sentence I need you see if you have a problem with. The mere existence of the term service sex suggests it's common enough to need a name.
Okay, read the sentence before that again, just so I get the...
Sure. Wanting to keep their men happy, these women often had sex anyway, with a resigned attitude and little thought to their own pleasure. The mere existence of the term service sex suggests it's common enough to need a name.
Having sex, even when you don't want to keep things copacetic in your relationship, is not uncommon. She's not wrong in that statement.
Sure.
Okay, let me put it this way. I have not done some grand study of 2,000 women or anything else, but I have known many women in my life who have told me how, or I have found out because of the nature of the relationship with their husbands, that even when they weren't all that turned on, or they weren't really happy with their husband or their partner or something, they would still go through with it because, that's what you're supposed to do when you're a wife or a girlfriend or something else. So,
okay, let me clarify what I'm getting at there. She says the mere existence of a term means that it's common enough that it needed a name.
I mean, I'd never heard that term before. I don't have a problem with the term per se, because it's like, okay.
Neither do I. I have a problem with the idea that just because somebody names something means it's common.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah. No, I give a name to something, microaggressions.
Yeah.
It's like, now that I've used that word, I have conjured those things into common parlance and existence. Yeah. That is fallacious argumentation, let's say.
Yeah, that's not how language works. I agreed with everything else you said, but that part of it, I'm like, that's not, no, just because it has a name doesn't mean it's common.
Yeah, because it could then what was it? A white fragility.
Yes, exactly.
White, because oh, I've got to forget her name all of a sudden. Anyway, this one professor came up with the term white fragility, wrote a paper on it, and now it's pretty much accepted fact by a lot of the academia, and just like, okay.
Yeah, and fucking racism, somebody changed the definition of that and decided that prejudice plus power is like necessary now, and now that's law now.
Now I want to read the end of this to you, because this is so fucking stupid. But the idea of a sex strike suggests exciting possibilities beyond the bedroom. What would not just sex, but the world look like if we prioritized what women want in every sex act? How might the political, social, and sexual landscapes all shift if we acknowledge that in many cases, the server is unsatisfied and actually believed it was important to set things right? Seriously, she thinks that if we just gave women more orgasms, the whole world would just come into her worldview. Politically, socially. She didn't mention it here, but earlier in the thing, she talked about financially, employment-wise. Thank you, Terry Diamandis. Unicorns have a name. How many of them are around? Thank you. Exactly. Just because we've named it doesn't mean it's common. Fucking dumbass. Do you guys think if we prioritized women's orgasms, the wage gap would go away?
No.
That's just
that's a short answer. That no.
Such a ridiculous thing. Like, I don't know.
I was almost more insulted by this than if she had been saying, hey, you need to trade your pussy for the vote that you want. Because at least then, I mean, that's more direct, and you might be able to make the argument you can change things that way. But we need to give women more orgasms to make, because somehow that'll magically put more CEOs in Fortune 500 companies that have vaginas. That makes no fucking sense. So all the people who run around joke or laughing at this headline, read the fucking article, because the article is worse than that fucking headline is.
Somebody, I feel like if we were going to get a short translation or like just a small summary of the entire article, it would simply just state, please fuck me correctly. And that would just be it. Like, I just need somebody to give me an orgasm, please. Just one person at least, because it just sounds like she's never had a decent sexual experience, and she's just like, the world must be grand for people who do.
I wouldn't. I also, well, so something else I wouldn't necessarily disagree with is that foreplay is something that as a guy you should put some kind of thought and effort into. It's true. Now, foreplay is different for everybody, you know, depending on your dynamic and your relationship and the circumstances you're under. But yeah, just penetration and that's it is not always just the most fun.
and I don't necessarily disagree with you there, but especially what she's describing at the beginning. These are women who are married and have no sexual interest in their husbands.
Right.
I don't think them just going down on them is going to change that.
No, this is not a panacea for all the world's ills, getting laid the way you like. It's just no. All right.
I wanted to read you a sentence, Scribe.
Another one. Uh-oh.
Well, this is you got to remember this is a CNN article, so
yeah.
This is for we actually stopped when we read this earlier because holy shit. Okay, strap yourself in. We cease to consider what women like and want as foreplay and rename it as the main event. For example, we begin to challenge from the most intimate and private and emotionally powerful place, a long accepted, deeply believed, but nearly invisible worldview, and make an impossible to miss statement about who and what counts.
Wait, what?
I say, did you follow that? You're a fucking English major. Did you follow that?
You need to slow that one down a little bit.
Sure.
And give it one more try.
We cease to consider what is this good?
Yes.
Okay. We cease to consider what women like and want as foreplay and reframe it as the main event. For example, we begin to challenge from the most intimate and private and emotional, powerful place, a long accepted, deeply believed, but nearly invisible worldview, and make an impossible to miss statement about who and what counts.
No, that's absolute gobbledygook.
Thank you. I thought it was just me.
I mean, the first part of it, I thought, okay, I'm following it so far. No, now you're just off in La La Land. Okay.
Yeah, it's this bitch. Oh my God. So yeah, guys, if you thought the headline was bad, and it is, we've seen it all over Twitter today. And Jean-Pierre, I'm sorry we didn't get to it yesterday. I planned on bringing it up today anyway. But as I went through and actually read it, getting ready to do a stream on, I'm like, what the fuck am I even reading here? Making a woman's orgasm the main event through foreplay, by the way. Which, by the way, sweetie, some women actually do like penetration. I was talking to her. I rarely call you sweetie in front of other people.
Well, that's our private time.
That's not going to change the wage gap. She tells us
No.
women earn a fraction of what men do, and she breaks it down, and then she tells
earn.
us
She used the word earn. She's correct. She is correct.
Well, no, she didn't say earn. I said that. That's my bad.
Oh, okay.
No.
Never mind.
Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I apologize. She did actually use the word earn.
Okay.
But she says that Black women earn 63 cents on the dollar. Native Americans earn 55. Latinas 54. And she says, even worse, we are 104th out of 193 countries. ranked for female political participation. But if we just start licking that puss more, women's gonna get out to vote. They'll be like, I am so happy I'm going to vote. It's fucking stupid. It's just so fucking stupid. For the record, CNN did make sure to disavow at the top.
Yeah, of course. They usually do. These are just the opinions of the author, etc.
Yeah. But again, her work has been roundly dismissed even by the editors of some of her other books. So,
and what was this lady's name again?
Wednesday Martin.
Wednesday Martin. I'll have to check and see if she has a TEDx talk.
She's, oh my God, dude. As you read this, you just can't help but get the feeling that her husband is just not touching her right. She is married, by the way, to a financier. She lives a life of privilege. They sold their the book that she wrote, the one that the editor disavowed, The Primates of Park Avenue. They disavowed it because there's so many facts in that book that she claims that are easily disproven. Like she said, she lived in the what this is supposed to be an inside look at what goes on. It basically the real real housewives of very rich Manhattan, right? She claims she lived in the building that all of this was where she did all her research for 6 years. She only lived there for 3. She claims she had 2 children while she was there. She had 1.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
why would you lie about that stuff? Or
I don't know.
That's crazy. Okay.
She also claimed that her child got hurt at the local Y when it actually got hurt in the Hamptons. I mean, all of this shit. She's just a crazy lying bitch. But
those are pointless lies. It doesn't even raise. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason. I think she desperately needs somebody to lick her puss, and somebody needs to get a hold of her husband and let him know he's not doing it right. Show him where the little man in the boat is, so he can help her out, and we don't have to read stupid shit like the wage gap can be solved by licking puss. Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ, man. That as bad as I thought that article was going to be, it turned out 100 times worse. And again, thank you, Jean-Pierre, for pointing that out yesterday. And sorry we didn't have time to get to it then, but Jesus fucking Christ. With that, guys, we only have 3 minutes till chat time, so why don't we go ahead and turn it over to you guys anyway? Questions, comments, concerns. If your man's not doing it right, have him come on. We'll tell him what he's missing. Just throw that into chat now, and we'll do our best to answer what you guys have to say. Satsu,
yes.
How are you feeling about game night?
I should be good.
You know what? I think Satsu should go sleep. Monkey should go sleep, and Monkey should finish downloading 76, so he's ready for tomorrow.
Monkey ain't going to sleep for a while.
Well, you just stay off the computer.
I can play an offline game and download stuff, but that's only an extra 2 hours, so we'll see. Well, you stop.
Right. I want to play a game with the monkey.
I know you do, but I want to give away a game.
All right.
I have a copy of the game we're playing, Dead Island. What is it? The definitive edition? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
To give away tonight, guys. So if you want to come over there are some rules for the giveaway. You have to be there when we announce it. You got 5 minutes, flat 5 minutes. If you don't say in chat that you're there, we're going to give it to someone else. What other rules do we have? Is that it?
That's pretty much it. Just be there upon announcement. This one's actually going to be worth actual chimp change. And I'm giving everybody a limit of 3 tickets to buy per for the raffle.
Yeah, so your chimp change will actually matter tonight. Cynic asks, what's happening with the ARC streams? We're not closing down the server right now, but I can't play ARC anymore. I am so bored with it. I am sorry. I just can't. I sat there last week going, I don't even want to play this. So
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do as far as filling that slot. I haven't decided yet, honestly.
Why is it the only time brown eyes are complimented or when it's a girl's brown eyes? No, I've heard guys get complimented on it quite often.
Squishy compliments mine. As a matter of fact, I had a lot of really awkward ass moments with old white women working in retail because my eyes have been complimented since I was little, but like once I got older and it was like a bit more personal, I had some odd situations. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but one time I was selling this 50-year-old lady. She was like 50 something, and I was selling her a phone, and she was holding my hand and like looking deeply into my eyes, and her daughter was standing right next to her, like, "Mom, could you please let that man hands go?" And I'm trying to sell her this phone and talk to her like I talk to anybody else, and just pretend like she's not holding my hand right now and staring me like piercing my soul. And one of my coworkers came out and was like, do you need help? I'm okay. I don't think she's dangerous, but god damn, lady. And her daughter was just like, please, Mom, please, for the love of God, let his hand go.
Hang on a second.
Super awkward, dude.
I need to remove a moderator for a second. Dak says Cocoa Puffs is superior to Cocoa Pebbles. Thoughts? And we need to put you in a timeout for that.
I never really.
I like them both.
Cocoa Pebbles are clearly superior.
Haha, Dax is grounded. Dumbass. Get for saying stupid shit.
Mash says, Lords of the Night, thoughts on Maxine Waters being put in charge of finances should the Dems get the majority in the midterms? I don't know that I have an opinion on it.
What was the question? Sorry.
Thoughts on Maxine Waters being put in? She's going to be. She's looking to be head of the financial committee in the House, which is probably the most powerful position in the House next to Speaker.
Yeah, I don't know what the dynamics are of that question, so I couldn't even say.
It's
possible. I mean, it's not.
What's up, Matt?
I don't think most people pay attention to who is on the committees.
Well, if they wanted to put a feather in someone's cap ahead of running for president, then I suppose that would be sort of another resume booster. But again, I don't know the internal workings of the Democratic Party well enough to say that Maxine Waters is the next or the most likely pick for that, because I don't know. Maybe.
She's been in the House for a long time. It's kind of how it happens. Your ranking members get priority on committees.
Yeah.
Do I think much will change? Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. Not really. There might be more fights with Trump over the budget, but they'll keep the government working. They might not get the wall paid for, but they haven't got it paid for with fucking Republicans there. So not I don't think it's gonna be that bad. By the way, Dax, I love you, but you were wrong, and I had to punish you for that. My brother is going to school in January to be an English teacher. Any advice I can relay to him? Scribe.
What, be an English teacher? Yeah, tell him don't use his position to justify his own English major.
There you go. And don't bang your students. That shouldn't have to be said, but don't bang your students.
There's that.
Did this jump on me? Satsu, you got to try. Russ says Pincalo.
It don't look fun.
Is it? Oh, sorry. God damn.
God, you both need to go to bed after this. Okay, forget the game stream. You both need to go to bed.
Fuck that. I'm playing a game.
That's just it.
You want to just cut it down to an hour?
Download 76.
Raymond says, what do they say about brown eyes again being full of something? Yeah, that's a joke that's made about brown-eyed people, but there are some beautiful brown eyes out there, man. What do we got else here? I'm hosting a charity stream tomorrow at 10 a.m. to raise money for a local nonprofit. You guys are welcome to come by. Okay, Matt. I know we talked about that. I'll still have to get to you tomorrow, whether or not or what I'll be up to. With today's events, I'm not sure.
Oh, and on December
I will
1st,
try.
Rebo's going to do a charity stream for St. Jude on
Yes, she
December
is.
1st, and she's doing a bunch of good stuff. And I may be putting something up for Bounty for that charity stream, but we'll see.
Nice. What in the hell?
Bye, Monkey. Monkey needs to go to
Game
sleep.
Dude says, anyone else love the feeling of a fart riding up your gooch and making your nuts bubble?
What the fuck? Yeah, that sounds like a very personal fetish there. I think there might be a lady in London who will send you pictures of her toes wiggling.
Here's the thing, dude. I can't remember last time I took a bath, and if I feel that in the shower, I have big problems. Big problems. Wow.
That was amazingly gross, dude.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words there.
Goddamn chat, stop jumping.
Short answer is no.
Data Wasteland says, "Licking pussy for dummies" by Ranting Monkey. It all starts with a little man in the boat. That's true. You got to find the little man in the boat, or you're really doing it wrong. If you can't find him, you failed. Cocoa Krispies are the best. Mash, they're garbage. Eat Cocoa Pebbles like a American. John, oh, thank you, Nuts. Stargazer has put the link for 2 cents plus. That's where we'll be playing Dead Island in just a little while. We may be yawning through the whole thing, but that's where we'll be.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna says, Sassy, I'll play a game with you.
Oh, yeah?
What else we got here? You guys are quiet tonight. Did I bring y'all down earlier? I'm sorry.
No, they're trying to let you sleep.
No. You guys don't understand. I'm not going to sleep anyway. I'm going to go lay down, and it'll take several hours for me to get into a position where I can.
Oh, dude, the only reason I'm not is because I'm still upright.
Why are you so tired tonight, man?
I have no. Well, this is gonna sound like some shit that a fucking no life loser who sits at home all day would say. But I went out for the first time in a long time, and that shit wore me the fuck out. But I did so when I usually like if I ever go out and do anything, I usually go home and go straight to sleep. But I stayed up and kept to my my schedule of just like not going to sleep at a reasonable hour, and it's both of those things at the same time. They don't mix.
You've been playing Monster Hunter well into the night. That's your problem.
Oh, dude, man. Because they released the new fucking monster on PC finally. And I was just like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm tired. I just can't go to sleep. But now this is
because you're playing Monster Hunter.
Well, this is one of those unique times where I'm actually sleepy. So I'm just like, fuck. But I got a monster, so that's my trump card.
The Hey Camel says, Peter and I are invading Poland on Tuesday. You guys want in? No, because they would see how I walk and think the zombie apocalypse has started and nuke us all. They would just be like, no, fuck it. We've seen the video games.
It's actually a pretty valid fucking reason.
Indeed. Check Your Logic asks how much sleep I got last night. None. I got 3 hours today. I fell asleep at about 11 this morning, and Lady Monkey woke me up around 2. Did you manage to get your meds sorted? Yes, thank you, Peter. I did. They just have to kick back into my system. It takes a day or so for that. It takes about 2 days for it to get out of my system to where I'm like, Lady Monkey, I need help. And then she yells at me. She yelled at me quite well today. She told me to never do this again. And I don't blame her because you guys, I look pathetic. It's just bad. But and she feels bad because she can't fix me immediately. And she's a mom and a wife, and that's her job, is to fix people. Just like, I mean, it's mine too. You guys, I got to tell you this. My son is so funny with his daughter. Every time she makes a noise, he's like, I'll take her. I'm like, no, you get the hell back, grandpa time.
Oh,
he's like, I'll feed her, I'll change her. I mean, he is on it. And when they lost the last baby, that baby was old enough. We actually all got to hold him,
Yeah.
And my son was devastated, as you might imagine. But that in combination with, if you guys don't have a daughter, you just don't know what it's like to be a dad with a daughter. I mean, he is super dad right now. It's funny as hell. It's so cute. It's so cute, especially because this is a big old 6'3" dude. He's the nicest guy in the world, but he looks like he could fuck you up. And he's got this little tiny daughter, and he's holding it like she's fine china and gonna break, and it's just so cute. Like, man, she could fit in one of your hands. You're fine. Sorry, I stopped listening to what you guys were saying. Cocoa Puffs, those little hollow spheres are heaven. Look, I like Cocoa Puffs. I do. But Cocoa Pebbles are clearly better.
What about Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles are garbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
like that, huh?
Yes, Fruity Pebbles are they're like somebody took tricks and made them worse. Opinionated Scotsman said, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I like pineapple on pizza. I do.
I don't mind it.
I don't have a problem with it automatically, no.
Yeah.
Jaster says,
I
go
wouldn't
ahead.
pay for it, but I would eat it.
Oh no, I like a Hawaiian pizza. They're good. It's one of the few things Canadians have done right. Jaster asks us, tacos versus taco salad. Well, I think the taco will probably win. Because
That's the way I make taco salads.
I like taco salads, I do, but I like I like being able to pick it up. Matt says, if we find out more about the Spice Girls concert, let him know. There's a whole bunch of news on it. I couldn't find anything about their passing. I swear, like a year or two ago, they were talking about getting them back together. Ramen says, Dead Island's a zombie game, right? Like
Yes.
Dead Rising?
No, Dead Rising is a different game, which is also fun, which is another game that I was thinking me and Monkey should play because it is co-op. And Monkey, it's basically just a zombie playground. You can go around and kill zombies with literally anything that's not bolted to the ground. If you want to pick up a fucking table, throw it at a zombie, a chair, you find a soccer ball, a baseball bat, you can fucking anything, literally anything you can pick up physically, you can beat the shit out of the zombie with. And it is so fun.
Yeah, if you watched us play Dying Light, this is like the precursor to that. It has everything except the parkour. Every time when we keep playing, it's like, man, this is so familiar to me, and I've never played this game before. But it's because of Dying Light, and it's an excellent game. It really is.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I love tacos, but burritos are bigger. Depends on how you make them. Dax says, Monster Hunter's Bay. Stop keeping Satsu up so late. Dax.
Oh my god. Me, Dax, and fucking Lore. I think this was the night before last. We were up until like 7 a.m. playing Monster Hunter. Well, actually, at about 6 a.m., I stopped playing Monster Hunter and started running my mouth about all kinds of shit that I probably shouldn't have been. And they were just listening like, oh god, Satsu's going. He's not going to shut up for at least an hour.
Prospero said, whatever you do, damn it, you did it. You wrenched that whining cunt, Dax Orion. Well, in fairness, he had a wrench. I took it away just so I could time him out for his wrongness on the Cocoa Pebbles thing. Nothing for you here says, does Poland have nukes? No, they'd have to call in us, and they'd do it. And Trump is just crazy enough to do it. It was invented by an Asian, says Pinkala. What, the Hawaiian pizza? I just know it was invented in Canada. So I'm still giving the Canadians credit. Squishy, how you doing, sweetie? Man, now you guys get chatty, and you're way behind me while you're way ahead of me.
Hey, girl.
Dax, you trying to get us nuked? Apparently he is. Fruity Pebbles are awesome. Fight me, monkey. Well, I don't want to beat you up when you're already wrong.
The only reason I remember Fruity Pebbles is because of that Christmas commercial with Fred Flintstone and Barney.
Oh, I tried to like Fruity Pebbles, but they're garbage.
I've never had them. Never had them. The only reason I ever knew anything about them was because of that commercial, and I can recite it from memory, and it's really sad because I've heard it so many
Hashtag
times.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, bitches.
Oh, I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes. That's it.
Yeah. I like Raisin Bran Crunch because that shit is delicious.
And it keeps you regular.
Keeps me regular.
Polydub says, I said 13. Someone corrected me and said, you mean a baker's dozen? I said, fuck off. They were offended. Was I in the wrong? I would need to know the rest of that conversation. I mean, a baker's dozen is 13.
Yeah.
I blame both. I think you're both wrong.
You know what I'd say? It's 6 of one thing, half a dozen of the other.
Nicely. Well played. Do you have an Amazon we can buy and send stuff to Pumpkin? I don't. Well, I have an Amazon, but I don't have it.
I wish I had an Amazon. Those women are tough.
And big bitches too.
Yeah.
Set up a gift registry, monkey. It's easy.
Piccolo says Hawaiian pizza was invented by an Asian guy, and I think he died last year. Yeah, but he did it in Canada. Canada for the win. Cryptic, a Japanese American, invented fortune cookies used in most Chinese. The fight wasn't good. They couldn't see each other well enough. Cryptic, are you trying to get me? Are you trying to get the Wall Street Journal here?
Oh.
Love you, Cryptic. Thanks for the donation.
We need the publicity.
Yeah, we do. I saw a article. I don't even remember what the article was about, but it featured somebody that I follow on Twitter who doesn't have very many followers. I'm like, how the fuck do I get into one of these articles? Do I not say enough offensive shit?
You haven't pissed off the right people yet.
Apparently not. Let's see, what else do we have here? Dax says he blames himself a little bit. We talked for a while too. Is that the night when you guys were just rambling?
Shooting the shit? Yeah, man.
On Audible, getting a new book. Any suggestions? I asked before, but I forgot. Harvos, I don't know. The last books, the books that I really like, and I've actually started buying the series, is the Nameless Detective.
Oh yeah.
They're great books if you like detective stories, but they're not your they're written as though it's a real detective. You're not going to find, it's not Sherlock Holmes, if you get what I'm saying. He tries to do it as close to like a real detective would be, and it's a really good story. He's not, the guy doesn't like bust out his piece every so often and just shoot people. It's just a really good story. So, and there's tons of them. Do you guys have any recommendations?
Just the books?
For books, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of something other than the ones I usually recommend, which are like the Harry Turtledove alternate history books. Well, we talked about this on the True Girls One Stream show for Halloween. The Stranger Beside Me is a true crime novel about Ted Bundy. And if you ever were curious about Ted Bundy, you can't get much more complete than the latest edition of that book, because Anne Rule has since passed away, but she's updated that book about 7 or 8 times over the years with different things, and it's a really great book.
You know what? I think I might have a recommendation. Play video games.
Play video games. There you go. Jacob just says, Ranting Monkey criticizes Bear for his abuse of power, does the same to Dax. No. Bear tries to time out people who have donated to me. Then he'll just time out people. He times out Kami in Space just because he's Kami in Space. Those are not fair. Dax said something very, very wrong. He needed to be punished. He needed to learn. That is not an abuse of power. That is
an exercise of it.
Thank you. An exercise of power. Peter Hayes says, you need a P.O. box, Monkey. Maybe one day. Maybe. I've been told that before, but it feels weird having people send me stuff. Now, you guys will stop seeing me come Monday because my copy of Red Dead will be here, and I can't thank Stunlock enough for that. But but it still feels weird to get a gift like that, you know? Thank you, Terry Diamandis. I can't see your thing yet because I'm scrolled way up, but hang on, I'm going to click on it so I can read it. There we go. Giving how well Monkey reads articles. Terry, why are you going to make me read insults about myself? Given how well Monkey reads articles, I thought he'd be recommending something more like The Cat in the Hat. For the record.
Welcome to my world.
For the record, reading Dr. Seuss is not easy. Now, if you're reading something like some of the books that are attached to Dr. Seuss that he didn't actually read, and believe it or not, there's quite a few of those, or didn't actually read. God damn it.
Wow.
That he didn't actually write. Because like I don't think he wrote Hand, Finger, Thumb. That's a really easy book to read. But if you read some of his other books, the ones he actually wrote, Jesus Christ, they're tongue twisty and words that don't really exist, and it's just like blah, 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 blah.
Monkey, that sounds like something somebody who can't read would say.
Don't make me time you out too.
You can't time me out. I'm a gangster.
Cryptic, thank you. Does anyone need an arc? I know a guy. That's fucking awesome. That's amazing. Do not forget daylight savings time. That's right. We get an extra hour of sleep tonight, guys. Oh, you know what? That might help with my downloads.
That would be awesome if I slept.
Let's see. You have a friend that writes books. Are you not going to plug Livescraft? Well, yeah. That's. I would figure that was one he already knew, and he mentioned that it was that he had gotten.
Is the audiobook done though? Because he said he was buying an audiobook.
Yeah, I don't know if those are or not. That's another. Thank you, Satsu, for saving me.
You're welcome.
We love FCA, of course. I'd say check out her book. Bad monkey equals Google and Dax equals Alex Jones. Data, what the hell are you talking about? Grouchy Gamer says, I responded to one of your tweets and got 12 hours in Twitter jail. Apparently, Jim Acosta doesn't like being called retarded. Yeah, Jim. Oh, man. What's worse, getting beat up by a cripple or beating up a cripple? You know, that's a no-win situation.
That was a moral dilemma on the Boondocks, because their granddad had to fight that old man, and he was like, "Granddad, you can't fight him. It's a lose battle. If you win, you beat up a cripple. If you lose, you got your ass whooped by a cripple."
You know, Walmart has that that whole series. After Christmas or something, I'm gonna have to see if I can afford that.
Monkey, you will thoroughly enjoy the Boondocks. I promise you, that is your kind of fucking humor.
I don't know how to take that.
You will love it.
Has Don Lemon been fired or forced to quit yet? Fuck no.
No.
He's surprised if he didn't get a fucking raise out of it. Weibo, how's it going? I know you said that there was a party going on at your house. Is it a fun party? Are there naked people running through? Excuse me. The best episode is the What If, where Martin Luther King Jr. woke up from a long coma. Oh, is this?
My God. That shit was so crazy, man. He came back and was cussing everybody out. He was like, "You ignorant niggas."
Thank you, Stunlock. Monthly reminder: Satsu still sucks. Enjoy Red Dead Redemption, Monkey. Thank you so much, dude. Seriously,
Who said I suck?
Stunlock. You know who
Fuck
said
you,
it,
bitch.
You know who said it. Here's the thing, guys. This package is waiting for me about 15 miles from my house, and it's been there since last night. I know because I looked at the UPS tracker, and it won't get here till Monday. I want to go break in, but I think that's illegal.
You think?
Did you talk about the black model? Yes, we did. The one who lost her job because she went to an event at the White House and has a MAGA hat. Yeah, but it's okay, man. They're an inclusive modeling agency.
Yes, nothing like keeping those diversity numbers up by firing black people.
Does anybody know if a 3-year-old bourbon whiskey in a closet would still be good? Is it open? Well, actually, either way, it depends on the brand and stuff. It should be fine to drink still.
It should be fine.
I mean,
it's not going to turn to vinegar like wine, so.
Right. I'd feel better if it hadn't been open, but you should be okay. Whiskey is, I mean, it's rock good, man. It's not going to.
Yeah. And that stuff that I got, that's not Jack Daniels. So it's kind of odd when I mix it. It doesn't taste the same as Jack Daniels. It's a rye whiskey, so it's smoother.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But when I mix it with Dr. Pepper, it's really weird. It's got this. The best way I could describe it is, and it's not in a bad way. It has sort of a iced tea taste. You know, if you just your basic old like sweet iced tea,
mm-hmm.
it has this really sort of faint undertaste of that, and it's really interesting. I don't know. I can't say it's bad because I'm not enjoying it. It's just really kind of weird. So,
thank you, Cryptic. How do snails fight? They slug it out. I cannot wait till Little Butt is a little bit older and she can understand a lot of these jokes, so I can tell them to her.
Yeah.
Jenna says,
Grandpa, that's terrible.
Jenna says, "What's up with your Streamlabs or PayPal thing? I'm trying to give you money here, boy." My Streamlabs, I don't have it set up through my PayPal right now. I have to set up a business account because, as Cryptic was helpful enough to point out to me, I doxed myself when I hooked it up last time.
Oh, yeah.
Cryptic's like, dude, you need to take this down. I cannot thank you enough for pointing that out to me, Cryptic. But yeah, until I get it set up and I've tried and I don't understand what's going on. So I just like, fuck it until I can do it later.
Which is why I revealed my identity a long time ago. It's too much effort to try to.
Where we at here? Is it odd that that right before Monkey talked about the complaint about blue eyes, I got an article in my recommended about a girl reversing her eye color change.
Reversing her eye color change.
You can change your eye.
Well, you can do injections
Oh.
to, I think, but I don't know how you reverse that because I thought it was basically like effectively chemically dyeing your eyes, or maybe I'm thinking of something different. Yeah, I suppose that is really weird. You really shouldn't do that in the first place. Just
get colored contacts.
Yeah, get contacts. And if just wear contacts. If you don't, or wear contacts long enough that you get to a point where you're comfortable enough with it that you want to do something permanent. You know.
Stunlock says, Scribe, have you ever watched the TV show Leverage starring Timothy Hutton? If not, you should.
I have not. I know of it. I never watch like network television. So if it's on Netflix, I might give it a shot. But otherwise, I don't have access to network television usually.
Jenna says, fine, Frank. Look, there's a difference from you knowing my first name and knowing the city I live in.
Yeah, there's that.
If you know the city I live in, just with Frank, you could find me. Actually, I think there's one other here, but yeah, it'd be much easier to find me.
All right, everybody, Google places where there's only 2 Franks.
Oh, kiss my ass. By the way, for anybody who's seen my docs that is out there, please do not harass that guy in New York. I do not live in New York.
Oh, that's right. I remember when that happened. Everyone was like, yeah, we found him. And like, that's not him, guys.
I am not a dentist in New York. You do not want me with a drill standing over you with your mouth open. Trust me, I would fall eventually and cut through you. Joy said, thanks for the answers, guy. You're welcome. We try. And I know we still miss people, but Jenna says, Sassy, if I send you money for a special book for Pumpkin, will you give it to Monkey? I cannot do anything easy. Oh.
There's a 99% chance that it'll get to Monkey.
Yeah, because he has my PayPal because I don't care if he knows where I live.
That's right.
So Satsu can be our middleman.
Mm-hmm.
Could be, yeah.
By the way, you have a nice backyard.
Thank you. And I know you haven't actually Googled me or anything because you know I don't have a backyard.
I was talking about your ass.
Oh, thank you.
Is that slang? Is that really slang for backyard?
For some fucking lame ass people.
All right, I'll remember that. That's cool.
Thank you, Cryptic. What do hillbillies drink out of? Hiccups. Oh my God, where is that video? I want to share that with the class. I think I still have it. I think I responded to it where I can bring it up. There's a weird video.
A weird video on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's this at? I want to talk about that fucketry real quick too.
Oh my God, Monkey, you're so out of format right now.
I
30
know.
seconds.
Where the hell did it go? Oh, Bill Maher took down his dumbass tweet he sent out yesterday.
Oh, what did he send out yesterday?
He put up a one of his new rules things where he's telling millennials you have to go vote, because if you don't, all kinds of horrible, everything's going to turn horrible. And yeah, it was just him being a lame shit. Here it is, guys. This is a redneck family, just the reddest of neckest families. Jesus, yeah, you got to watch him. I already forgot the other thing I was going to talk about. It's God damn it, it's time. I can't do it tonight.
God, Monkey, you are so out of it. You need to go get some sleep and download the game.
Scribe is not giving up.
I got time anyway. This is a woman who tweeted out, our country needs a president that acts like a president and not a president that tweets, attends rallies, or golfs. And then she has a picture that says of Obama that says, my president until further notice.
I mean, you're entitled to live in whatever fantasy land you want.
Obama tweeted, attended rallies, and golfed.
Yep.
All through his presidency. And with that, guys, thank you so much for the donations tonight. Thank you so much for the interaction, for hanging out with us, for showing up night after night to listen to the silly shit I say. I have one donation before we leave. Thank you, the Ufio Answer, who I call Bob. Dr. Pepper and rye whiskey is like putting barbecue sauce on Kobe beef.
That is a matter of opinion, and you're welcome and you're welcome to yours.
There you go. And with that, guys, we're gonna end this one because we have other things to do. Scribe wants us to sleep. We're gonna go play video games. But Satsu, Scribe, thank you guys so much for joining me. Seriously, you don't realize how much these help me each night. They put me in a better mood, and I appreciate you guys for it.
Oh,
everyone, your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Fuck off. Over to 2 Cents Plus.
Come watch us on 2 Cents Plus. We're giving away a copy of Dead Island. We'll see you over there. Bye, guys.